Welcome back to our course on PSE 15. In this section we're going to take a look at bulk import. If you've used a very recent version of PSE and have used bulk import before, you won't need to follow this section. The idea behind bulk import is that you have possibly a large number of images in a number of folders, possibly with subfolders, and you want to very quickly import all of them into PSE. With bulk import, the intention is to import one or more folders full of images, not to individually select images. Now, if I go to the import button here and click on in bulk, I get a default selection of folders on the left there. And in my case, I've got the pictures folder, which is the default top level folder for newly captured images. And also, because I use Dropbox, my Dropbox folder is selected by default as well. And between the two of them, if you look at the top there, there are 232 subfolders. And I do know that there are an awful lot of images in all those 232 subfolders. If I wanted all of those images, all I need to do is to click on Import now. Now, very often, of course, I won't want all of the subfolders. So if I don't want anything from Dropbox at this stage, I can just uncheck Dropbox and my selection is significantly reduced. Similarly, if I don't want anything from pictures, I can uncheck pictures and it's reduced again. Now, let me just check pictures again. I want you to look very carefully at the icon next to the individual subfolders on the right. You notice they're currently green. Watch what happens when I check it. They turn blue. For some reason, and I've never managed to find out what this reason is, Adobe decided that rather than have those little tick marks tick and untick in the way you'd expect them to, all that happens when you check and uncheck something is that the color changes. It's a bit of a strange idea. There must be a reason for it, but I've no idea what it is. But let me uncheck pictures yet again. Everything's green, which means it won't be imported. If I click on just one of those folders, that is the selected folder, the blue one. Note also that the tick mark appears on pictures as though the whole of pictures is included, and of course it isn't. It's only that one blue subfolder. So this is something that, as far as I'm concerned, you need to be very careful about. This bulk import facility, I think, provides a very good way of getting large numbers of images into the organizer. You may recall that very much earlier on, this is a dialog that appeared and I cancelled it straight away. You'll normally see this very early on, possibly the first time that you start up the organizer, and you specify a particular drive or maybe just your pictures folder on the left. PSE will go through, and it's a good way of making a first stab of getting any media that you already have on your device into the organizer the first time that you use it. So if, for example, you just installed PSE 15 and you wanted to scan the whole of your E drive for images, click on Add Folder, go down this PC in my case, there's the E drive, click on OK, and it will now scan the whole of that drive for images. It takes a little while, but eventually it's found 907 subfolders. If I scroll down through those subfolders, I may catch up with its previews, may need to be a little bit wary of those egg timers there, which just need to catch up with me scrolling. If I wanted to remove one of the folders on the left, let's suppose I didn't want to have Dropbox in the list at all, there's a remove button. And you've already seen how to add a folder. If you've, for example, got iCloud on your device, you may want to add iCloud there. And you can set these folders up as what are called watch folders. That's what these little binoculars mean here. And what happens with a watch folder is that you're notified when any new files are added to this folder. And I'm going to talk about watch folders later on in the course. But for the moment, once I've selected the folder or folders with the images that I want to import, I just click on the import button and away it goes. That's the end of this section. I'll see you in the next one.